Look at these jeans. They have been hemmed. But can you tell? That's right, the original hem is still there and it looks exactly the same as when I bought them. Today I'm going to show you how to hem your jeans while keeping that original hem intact. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's something you can do right at home. These are the tools and notions you will need to hem jeans. I will also place the list in the description below. There are reasons for using this technique to hem jeans, but bottom line, the hem done this way looks better. Step 1. Determine the desired length. Put on your jeans, stand in front of a mirror and fold up the bottom to the length you want. Wear the shoes you plan to wear with these jeans. These are not the jeans that I'm hemming for this tutorial. I'm actually hemming my husband's jeans with the original hem. I forgot to take the proper image for step 1, so I took this image of me trying on the jeans. Step 2. Measure the folded length and calculate a new fold. Measure the distance between the marks and the bottom of the jeans and make sure to include the original hemline. I measured 3 7/8 of an inch. Your number will be different, of course. Divide this measurement in half. My number is 1 15/16. That's all we need to calculate the new fold. Step 3. Fold and secure the new fold. Now use this number to create a new mark. Measure this distance from the inside edge of the original hem. It's very important not to include the original hem in this measurement. You need to measure this distance all the way around the leg and make sure it's the same, or your hem will not be straight. These new marks show the new fold line. Fold the jeans along the marks and secure the folded section with pins. Pin the seams first, the side seam and the inside seam, and make sure that the seams match. Then pin the fold in the middle. I like to baste the new fold by hand sewing, close to the inside edge of the original hem. This basting stitch is especially important to keep the seams matched, so they don't misalign under the presser foot when you sew. Step 4. Prepare your sewing machine for sewing denim. Insert a special denim needle. Install a zipper foot. There are a few types of zipper feet available, but the narrow foot is the best one to use. If you don't have a narrow foot, you can use the one you have. Thread the machine with a thread that matches the color of your jeans and fill the bobbin with the same thread. Next, adjust the needle drop position so that the needle will sew very close to the inside edge of the original hem. This will ensure that your stitching is as close to the original hem as possible. Make sure the needle doesn't hit the foot. The narrow foot I have does not protect against this, and if you make a mistake, the needle might hit the foot and break. Adjust the sewing machine tension to ensure that the stitches are even and the thread doesn't break. Adjust the stitch length. 3.5 is a good length for denim. Before you start sewing your jeans, it's a good idea to try the settings on a scrap piece of denim and make any necessary changes. This will help you get a feel for the machine settings. I'm using here a scrap piece of denim. Step 5. Stitch close to the original hem. Stitch as close to the original hem as possible without going into it. My machine does not have the free arm option, but if you have it, you can use the free arm by slipping the pant leg onto it. Step 6. Trim excess fabric and finish the edges. After sewing, turn the folded seam allowance inside the pant legs and try on the jeans to confirm that the new length is good. If any adjustments are needed, use a seam ripper and make the necessary changes. Depending on the amount of fabric you had to fold for the new hem, you may want to trim the inside folded edge, especially if you actually hemmed it up quite a bit. If you are satisfied with the alteration, mark a line from the folded edge, leaving about 5/8 of an inch of seam allowance, and cut off any excess fabric inside the jeans. Step 7. Finish the raw edges to prevent fraying. There are many ways to finish the raw edges. You can read about all of them in my tutorial how to stop fabric from fraying. The link is in the description below. For this project, I used my serger to overcut the raw edges. Step 8. Secure the seam allowance. Press the hem, making sure that the seam allowances stay inside the jeans and the hem is nice and flat. You need to keep this seam allowance in place because sometimes it might flip out as your foot comes through the bottom edge. It can be frustrating and require constant adjustment. To prevent this from happening, there are a few things you can do. One option is to add some machine stitches along the side seam, and that is what I am doing here. By sewing a line of stitches about a ½ inch from the edge, you can attach the seam allowance to the rest of the fabric, which will help to keep it in place and prevent it from flipping out. Another option is to top stitch along the entire folded edge. This top stitching will keep the seam allowance in place on the inside of the leg. But I don't like it because the seam will be noticeable, unfortunately, even if you perfectly match the thread to the color of your jeans. You can also do some hand stitches at the side seam and inside seam areas. And finally, another option is to use a thin strip of fusible web and attach the seam allowance to the pants. But while this method is fast, I also recommend using a couple of stitches by hand or machine. Take a look at these two pairs of jeans, side by side. Can you spot which one's been hemmed? It's almost impossible, right? The hem on the pair I have worked on looks just the same as the unhemmed one. It blends in seamlessly. And there you have it. Proof that you can achieve a fast and easy hem at home that looks like nothing was ever changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I have got plenty more tips to share with you. Until next time, happy hemming!